is in Cape Town, the Cape Peninsula University. There is protest action there, and the understanding is that all academic activities have been suspended. Let's talk to our reporter at Nasiphi. Nasiphi, good morning to you. Give us the context. What is this protest action about? Because it has now led to the suspension of teaching and learning.
Indeed, Goli, operations and all academic activity on all campuses of CPUT have been suspended yesterday with immediate effect. And we do understand that according to the institution, that they will also be providing transport to all its students that are living outside of the province. We do understand that this protest action started earlier on this week and turned violent. We do understand that buildings have been torched, including vehicles, hence why the institution says they decided to then halt all operations. And this obviously means that the open day that was scheduled to be held tomorrow and Saturday will also be affected. But I'm joined by the SRC president to just detail to us what the actual core demands are. Ramano, thank you so much for your time. But talk to us about the demands that you have as students that have led for the institution to not only cease operation and academic activities, but also to see some buildings and vehicles being torched.
Well, thank you very much, my sister, for offering me this time to talk to you. There are a lot of issues, man, that we have faced at CPUT campus, and then students have came to a point whereby they are tired of this thing. They decided to actually say that they actually peacefully shutting down the campus. On the issue of the buildings that got burnt, we don't know what happened, but one thing that I know is that the day that the building got burnt, there were private securities surrounding that building. An hour later, we just found out the building is actually burning. We don't know what happened, so we actually wish to plead with the university to do the necessary investigation. Those parties, they are the ones who actually call these private securities to come and actually torture us, because they have been torturing us. Even if now you can actually check them, they are standing here. They were actually removing students forcefully, so in their respective rooms. So that is why this university, they are not taking us serious, and they don't even care about our safety. Just imagine calling these gentlemen with these guns, taking a student out of his room. How bad it is. You can actually tell that is how bad this issue is.
Before we got to the situation that we're in today, what are the demands? I mean, you speak about external demands and also internal demands that obviously require the institution to act. But there's also a challenge that you have with NSFAS. Talk to us about that.
No, the issue of NSFAS, man, is very bad. It's very bad. NSFAS is actually centralized all powers. NSFAS now is saying that students who are doing less than 60 credits, modules that are less than 60 credits, they don't actually get food allowance, they only get book allowance. So we ask him that what is it that actually is different from those who are doing more than 60 credits? These one who are doing modules that are less than 60 credits, they don't get hungry. So those are the questions that we're having to NSFAS. And this thing of 45 cap, NSFAS is saying that it only pays 45,000 to each and every residence. If ever you're staying at a residence that is actually more than 50,000, they don't actually pay for that residence. They don't pay for anything beyond 45. And if ever you know, Cape Town accommodation is very much expensive. You find some actual residents, they are 61,000, 58,000. So you can tell how bad it is. Meaning that by the time that you're going to graduate, you will be actually having a debt. And as this university, how bad it is, it doesn't actually give students their qualification after graduating, if ever they're still owing. You understand?
Now this brings us to the demands that you have to CPUT. Talk to us about those demands. Just iron them out for us. Some of the core demands there. No,
the number one is the one of the qualification. If ever you graduate while you actually are still owing, you don't get your qualification yet, CPUT. Now we have more than 100 and something graduates who just graduated now. They didn't get their qualification. So now, and CPUT is actually expecting those graduates to come back and pay back their money, but they can't go and work without the tools. We came in to fetch those tools. The tools, I mean, like those certificates, they're actually very important for us to go and actually look for a job. Without them, you are just like a useless graduate. So that's the first thing. And number two, we've got clinic here. Our clinic here on campus it's actually worse. There's nothing that good that is happening in this clinic. You go there, clinic, you're not going to be assisted. They're going to tell you that you must make an appointment to come tomorrow. It's more like you're making an appointment with a sickness to say that tomorrow I'll be sick. I should make an appointment today. So those are the things that we're actually facing. And the issue of residence, you see that building there, it has got 16 rooms. The block, it has got 16 rooms. There are 103 students who are actually staying there now, first-year student. And there's a girl who got raped. She doesn't want to open a case because of this thing that is happening around the issue of residence here.
Ole, we'll just quickly bring in a student here, Eric. Eric, we understand that by 4 o'clock students have been advised to vacate the residences here. What are your thoughts in regards to that? We saw a number of them leaving. Will you be leaving?
Good morning. No, I'm not leaving. Hashtag we are CPUT. This is home away from home. We're not going anywhere. That's all I can say.
Any fear that you'll be forcefully evicted? We see that there's private security here.
Then I'll face the repercussions. All I can say, the management, why they don't want to reason with us, why don't they come in front, then we can discuss the matter. Otherwise, we don't want to take drastic measures like it's happening here. We don't like this chaos, but they must hear us. That's what I can say.
Thank you so much, Eric. There, including Romano, who's the SRC president. All they're asking for is an ear from both Nasiphi, including the institution, regarding their demands. We do understand that according to the SRC, they are thinking about approaching the Ministry of Higher Education, including Nasiphi, in regards to their demands and also an intervention. But we will also be reaching out to the institution and Nasiphi during the course of the day to find out from their side what is the plan of action in this regard. But as of 4 o'clock, we do understand that students have been advised to vacate and transport will be made available to those who are living outside of the Western Cape.
Nasiphi, thank you very much for that update live for us at the Cape Peninsula of